Sports are events that have had a huge impact in society. Since the ancient Greek until nowadays, sports is an activity of recreation in which people gather to have fun. The Great Depression had a big impact on sports. Great Depression was a worldwide economic depression that lasted around 10 years. Some economists said that the beginning of this phenomenon was on October 24th of 1929. This day was called the Black Tuesday, when the stock market prices fell in a considerable way. This phenomenon in 1933 made that the unemployed people went from 3% of the population to a growth of 25%, and the wages for those who had jobs fell in a 42%. It also affected the sports because people were not going to the stadiums, the tickets were not selling enough, and the players didn't get fair salaries, and in some cases they didn't receive money at all. That is why the major sports, baseball, basketball, and football, had many difficulties. Through 1930 to 1935, there were no champions on professional basketball, and college football because of lack of audience and money in order to pay the players. However, people made their biggest effort in order to attend the games or to practice them. In the following image, we can see that people use sports as an activity of recreation and distraction in order to forget their economic, political, familiar, and all class of problems. Also, it was a cooperative way to help the unemployed. A very famous boxer, known as Sugar Ray, said, like many other recreational activities, people did go to the ballpark to get away from the economic horrors of empty wallets and ice boxes. This means that in fact, in the difficult times, people need sports in order to help themselves by thinking in different things than their reality. However, sports can be used negatively by people and the state. In Colombia, there was an activity of recreation and family gathering, but actually, sports like soccer are used as a rivalry and a source of violence. Also, in 1978, the government of Argentina used the World Cup as a method to keep people that were communists and also to distract them from the war of the Maldives. Sports have to be seen as a way of helping people emotionally and in some point economically. It can help any person in any time in their lives. Although economy is failing, sports is always present and gives new alternatives to the society. It's a way of recreation, but we cannot exceed recreation with a complete isolation the reality of the society.
It is a fact that sports is very important in our lives. We have to think sports as a way to recreate with people and have fun. But nowadays we're not seeing that. Nowadays we're killing each other for a theme, for a different kind of like color or perspective of sports, and things shouldn't be like that. We see that in the Great Depression, that was one of the most difficult times that the world has had in economically talking about. We see that they help each other in order to go through that situation, and nowadays that we are not in some kind of economically failing, we are killing and not helping and being friendly. So I think that we should think sports as a recreation and as an activity to have fun, but not as a competition of violence.
Deeper